What's the difference? Let me ask you this. Uncompetitive. What's the difference between America's or Iran being terrorist? Like, what type of terrorism does Iran do compared to that differentiates them and holds them in a higher regard than America or Israel? What's the difference? Who dies, who lives? Who it benefits? What's the difference? This is my whole point. Even if you justify violence, both sides can justify violence. But it's wrong. That is my entire point. This is the reason why when a Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf situation happens, where there's a lot of people that are getting behind Carmelo Anthony calling him a hero. This is the reason why when Shiloh Hendricks, or whatever her name is, when she's calling that little black kid a nigger, a lot of people get behind her.
Oh my God.
Maybe it's BS, maybe it's not, I don't know. Listen to this.
So like part of being an intelligent person is being able to empathize, right? Let's go into this dream world. You're the leader of Iran, okay? You're the fucking Ayatollah. You're the supreme leader, right? Your country is poor. You have a sophisticated missile system. You got some hypersonics. You got some fucking, some ballistic missiles. You got some cruise missiles, drones, etc. You have a strong missile program. You are developing and have a civilian nuclear program. But your enemy, Israel, is constantly not only attacking you or trying to attack you and dethrone you, but they've destabilized and destroyed all of your neighbors. Okay? They destroyed Libya. They destroyed Sudan. They destroyed Morocco. They bribed Jordan. They destroyed Egypt, then bribed Egypt later. They destroyed Lebanon, right? They destroyed Palestine. And you see that they're propped up by the world's strongest military. So in an effort to preserve yourself, a guy named Barack Obama says, look, I know you guys want a nuclear weapon to stave off Israel and the United States. Let's exercise diplomacy. I have this deal here that will allow you to continue to enrich uranium for a peaceful civilian program, but we're going to have international oversight from multiple different countries to include us. We'll be involved, but other countries will be too, so that this is fair. You're like, you know what? We got some crippling sanctions. Our economy could do better. Let's do it. You enter the agreement in 2015. You comply with the inspections. You allow the IAEA to come in, an International Board of Inspectors. You signed the Non-Proliferation Treaty, which ensures that you will never build a nuclear weapon. You do everything right. You go to the UN, you meet, etc. You become a part of the UN Council, all this shit, right? And you do this for a few years. But unfortunately, unlike you being the supreme leader where you stay the leader, the United States has an election every 4 years. And some blonde-haired orange man, who used to be a former businessman, takes office. You find out he had a very strong connection with the Zionist lobby. Within 3 years of you being into this agreement and complying with all the fucking standards, this guy pulls out of the agreement, puts you on the foreign terrorist organization list. Crippling sanctions come your way because you're on the foreign terrorist list, which allows them to put you even harder sanctions on you. And you find out that your enemy Israel, who has been trying to destroy you and destroyed all the countries around, was the biggest lobbying party to get you put on this foreign terrorist list and to create the sanctions that are destroying your economy. You don't have a nuclear weapon, and you know that invasion is imminent. You've seen Benjamin Netanyahu for 30 years go to UN Council after UN Council, go to international meeting after international meeting and say that you're building a nuclear bomb and use that to try to invade or intervene in your country's sovereignty. What would you do? You had an agreement. They backed out the agreement. They put crippling sanctions on your country, and then they labeled your military a terrorist organization. Well, clearly, diplomacy doesn't work. They want you out of here. They want regime change. So you start refining your uranium to defend yourself. You start arming proxies all around Israel to ensure that you have insulation between yourself and Israel. Now, they're trying to escalate, and they go ahead and they do a preemptive attack against you. So
uncompetitive. Uncompetitive. Let me give you a hot take. America's terrorist. We are terrorists to certain people. This is the whole point. This is the whole point of playing this. The whole point of playing this was to show that exact point. And Myron starts off by saying it's important to understand the perspective of the people that you're fighting against or the people that you're trying to negotiate, right? Because Trump was still trying to negotiate. I believe they're still trying to negotiate. But isn't there the saying that we don't negotiate with terrorists? So are they terrorists or are they not? Do we not negotiate with terrorists or do we negotiate with terrorists? What's the difference? Let me ask you this. Uncompetitive. What's the difference between America's or Iran being terrorist? Like, what type of terrorism does Iran do compared to that differentiates them and holds them in a higher regard than America or Israel? What's the difference? Who dies, who lives? Who it benefits? What's the difference? This is my whole point. Even if you justify violence, both sides can justify violence. But it's wrong. That is my entire point. This is the reason why when a Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf situation happens, where there's a lot of people that are getting behind Carmelo Anthony calling him a hero. This is the reason why when Shiloh Hendricks or whatever her name is, when she's calling that little black kid a nigger, a lot of people get behind her. Because of dummies picking sides. Thinking that, oh, well, it's justified to do this, or that's justified to do this. It's wrong. The whole thing is wrong. We do not have to split it in half. It's wrong. And I think that's what a lot of people are missing. And my big bro texted me and said that he never justified it. I didn't. Let me be correct. Whether he's, I think he said I'm missing the point. No, I think you're missing the point, big bro. And big bro, you know you could always call in and clarify. It doesn't matter whether you justified it or not. You can say you didn't justify it or not, but as soon as you say you're pro-Israel, everybody else is going to take that as you justifying it. Like, are we playing word games here? This is what people do. Oh, I'm pro. We drop bombs on behalf of Israel or on behalf of us on who Israel's beefing with. That night I get a message and somebody says they're pro-Israel.
First and foremost, want to give a huge shout out to everybody that continues to tap in with us, like and subscribe and join our community. If you haven't already, please make sure that you do. We look forward to engaging in some dope combo with you that can help us all elevate. So like, subscribe, and maybe even share the video if you're feeling real generous. On that note, we'll let you get back to the video. See you soon. Ew.
Did I put a gun to your head and say, who you with? Who you rocking with? Pick a team. No, you came out the blue and said that. Now you're saying, well, I didn't say it's justified. So why are you saying you're pro? What does pro mean? That means you're for a particular group, right? So if that particular group is doing certain things and you're saying that you're for them, isn't that justifying it? Or are we going to play the little word games here? If I sit here and say I'm pro Carmelo Anthony, what would anybody take that as? If I sit here and say I'm pro Shiloh, the lady that called the kid a nigger, what would people take that as? You're for that person and what they did. Nobody forced you to say you're pro that. But it's always, and this is what they do. It's always, you missed this thought in my text, it seems. So let me see what text. He wrote, overall, I barely lean positive on this issue. I don't know what that means. I barely lean positive on this issue? How about I fucking can't stand this? How about this is ridiculous that these people are dying? How about we just saw a genocide happen. We just saw Palestine flattened. How about some of that energy? How about the energy of maybe if a fraction of that happened here? We still, just think about how we talk about 9/11. That was 2 buildings? Did y'all not just see the video that I just showed y'all with Gaza? Oh. Big bro, call in. Big bro, call in. Because now he's saying that I'm putting words in his mouth. Big bro, call in. You a grown up. Call me and explain your side then. This is the problem. Like, now I'm putting words in people's mouth. Let me read. You want me to read the text? Yo, this is see, and this is why you got to have these conversations, because you have to make people feel uncomfortable about sometimes when they say certain things. I think we are protecting our own. So I'm just going to read one text. Matter of fact, I'm not. Now you go, oh, you're reading my text. Yeah. Call in, tap in, man. You know deep down you're wrong. You know deep down there's a certain part of you that is wrong in justifying any of this type of stuff by even saying that you're pro one side or another. You know deep down, I'm not putting words in your mouth, and that's corny for you to even say, rather than just sitting back and saying what a lot of us should do perhaps and say, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be pro any side. Maybe I don't need to be pro any side. Oh, it's hard for me to lean positive. And what does that even mean? And see, this is why I'm always confused about, everybody, I guess, everybody's not going to want to do what I'm doing and maybe share their opinions for the world, or feel comfortable letting other people know exactly how they feel about something. I just was never that type. If something's wrong, I just feel like you should speak on it. I feel like every voice counts. And that same level of fear that I've talked about plenty of times on that show, I guess this is why people don't. Big bro, if you don't feel, I'm leaving it. And now it's turned into a convo like with Vons. It's like, big bro, just call and tap in and give me your perspective on the situation. A lot of other people may have that perspective. It's okay. Let's work through it. Let's talk through it. I'm just saying the issue that I have with it, because I see it impacting a lot of other people like a cancer spreading. And it's only, I think Unc wrote it a little bit ago, violence only begets violence. Let me take a positive turn real quick, because I'm gonna have to get off of here in a second. All right, Let me move on. What video did I just say that I wanted to play? Oh man, now I'm losing my train of thought. That's right. I got it right here. I want to play something for you guys. Is this Bluetooth connected?
Abdul Baha makes that point.
Perfect.
In
so I want to play something for you.
It's Dak.
just want to thank you for checking out our video and visiting the OG Network. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you give us a like. And if you're looking to join a community of inspired individuals striving for purposeful abundance, subscribe. And if you're feeling real generous, share the video with some friends and family. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Ew.